Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Hi, everybody. You're back. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a new week. Look at our Monday, people. Woo! Or no, it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. What am I talking about? Welcome to the show, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Tuesday. We are live. Have a seat. Thank you very much for being here. We were off yesterday. You'll see why in just a few minutes. But filling in for Kendall, who's taking a couple days off. Give it up for our good buddy, Shane Wells, everybody. Hello, Shane. Good morning. You look fantastic.
Thank you. You just threw me off, though, with that Monday thing. I'm like, yeah, it's
I know,
Monday.
It feels like Monday, but it's really Tuesday. We had a rerun yesterday, and again, you'll find out why a little bit later. How you doing?
I'm good. I think you have a little more explaining to do.
Yeah, I do. Well, first, let me give you look fantastic. Is that
Thank
new?
You.
I always like to, oh, really?
I repurposed some stuff.
Okay, no, it looks fantastic.
That goes together.
Yeah, you look great.
Thanks.
No, I said it a few minutes ago. If you look really closely, and Director Leo has been instructed no close-ups today. Actually, Leo, thank you, audience. Can we pan out a little bit more, Leo? Just humor me here. How far back? There's a great line in Tootsie where, how far we can go back? How about Cleveland? Yeah, I mean, okay, Leo, that's good right there. I could go farther, but let's just stay, all kidding aside, we'll go back to the other shot. The deal is, and maybe you guys can help me, this is the great thing about having a TV show or a radio show. People are so nice that when you say something, Leo's zooming back in. Thank you, Leo. Yeah. People try to help. Well, here's the deal. I was in Florida over the weekend. You'll see the piece a little bit later. No shock. I was at Walt Disney World. We were annual pass holders, which I'm one of them. I know, shocking. Was invited for a preview of the new Star Wars land. Okay, so it was a quick trip. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Well, I wake up yesterday, and my bottom lip felt like I had a little pimple. You guys have ever had that where it's like, just like in your face and it kind of hurt a little bit? Then as the day went on, it just was hurting a little bit more. And I woke up this morning and I looked like Lisa Rinna's love child. And I love the Rinna.
Except
Rinna,
you had to pay no money for that.
I know. Look, Rinna, I did this for you, sweetheart. I did this for you. Or I look like Kim Zolciak's family member. You know what I mean? From the Real Housewives, the audience doesn't know what that is.
You're not even close to that level.
No, but now it hurts a little bit. I don't know if I don't know if a bug bit me in Florida, because Florida has
that's creepy.
Bugs, girl. I mean, they have bugs. Or if that woman last week that pulled the gator out of her pants, maybe she came in, snuck into my hotel room and bit me. I don't know. Audience, did you see that story? Did you see that, Shane?
Did.
Yeah. I mean, the woman pulled a gator out of her pants. I mean, maybe she snuck into my hotel room. I don't know. But now I have an appointment today. It feels a little bit better. And I love when you're sick. Don't you love this, audience? Everybody gives you their help, their suggestions, and you're a mom. My program director, our boss here, and our executive producer all said Benadryl.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I'm like, I don't know. And every one of them said, well, when you have kids, you know these things. So are they right?
We have Benadryl everywhere.
Really?
They hives, all sorts of random things they break out in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you never know either. Kids,
okay.
They're experiencing new things.
Well,
So Jason, your first time experiencing what created this?
I don't know, yeah. So I took about an hour ago, so it feels a little bit better. But
Are you also tired?
Okay, now this is what you said too. Shane goes, you're gonna fall asleep halfway through the show. So,
Done.
Hey, I know you. Anyway, yeah. I always like when I look at the audience and I look at someone, I go, I know you. Anyway, so I apologize in advance. Just keep thinking I'm Lisa Rinna's boyfriend, and we'll all be good. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Oh, there we go. A little late out of the oven today, Leo. A little late out of the oven. We have good stuff today. We have good stuff. First up, Apple dropped the trailer for The Morning Show yesterday, and we're finally getting a look at the star-studded cast in this new TV show. Look at this.
Good morning. I'm bringing you some sad and upsetting news. And while I don't know the details of the allegations,
she's throwing me under the bus.
Mitch Kessler, my co-host and partner of 15 years, was fired today.
You!
We are facing the biggest crisis in our history.
My life just ended for no good reason.
We're in the middle of an epic rebirth. Her sell-by date expired years ago. I want you to start grooming some new people.
I don't fit the mold.
What mold is that?
Any mold, really? Your show sucks.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
barely
you.
news.
I want wardrobe tests, screen tests, makeup tests. We need a contract. Where's legal?
Ready? I'm ready. Most people want to trust that the person that is telling them about the world is an honest person. Like you.
Wow. Well, I mean, the cast. The morning show has Jennifer Aniston, has Steve Carell, and of course Reese Witherspoon. It's Apple's first attempt at scripted TV. It's going to debut on Apple TV Plus this fall. So Shane, I say to you again, here's another streaming service.
I was just going to say, how much?
Yeah.
How much?
I think they said it over the weekend. The rumor is $9.99.
I mean, I will get it for that show. That is my life right there.
That is seriously.
Like that alarm going off and like all the stuff. Yeah.
I know. Oh, there's a scene. Y'all, seriously. There's one thing when you look like crap and no one's there, your family. But when you, there's a scene at the beginning of Mommy Dearest, and where Joan, I know. There's a scene in the beginning of Mommy Dearest. It's the very beginning where Joan Crawford wakes up, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and girl dumps her whole head in a bowl full of ice. I got to tell you, I do that every single morning. I do. Every morning.
Do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do. But what's funny is I wonder how realistic that show's going to be, because we know morning TV, and I wonder how realistic it's going to be.
I mean, you got to assume they did some interviews, and they seem to be following along with that one drama that happened recently with that one Matt Lauer guy.
One little
Just
Matt Lauer
seemed
guy.
A little...
You might have known about that, but anyway, yeah. So go get it. I'm looking forward to that. Cast is phenomenal.
Totally.
Next in the dish, Vivica A. Fox visited Jerry Connell's new show yesterday, The Jerry O Show, and revealed that she'll be a regular on the 6th and final season of Empire. Now, okay, that's great, but this is where the dish is. He asked her what the vibe on the set has been like without Jussie Smollett. Look at this.
He's family, and he will always be family. I love him to death, and the one thing about Jussie is that he's very talented. He was directing some episodes. He can sing. He's a good actor. He'll be back. He'll be back. Don't count him out. He'll be back. And sometimes in life, like I said, you know, things happen to make you a better person. And I'm just hoping that he will grow from this experience. But I have absolute faith in him. And if one day I can ever hire him for one of my projects, I will.
Okay. And I think that's what... I said it when we covered the story. I said it at the beginning of it. I said it in the middle of it. I said it when we found out that he was allegedly lying about stuff. I feel it's just a sad situation all along, because I was such a huge fan of his.
Yes.
All I heard was great things about how he was so kind and nice, and he's so talented. It makes me sad that I have this feeling about him now. You know what I mean? And it's going to take, I'm just being blunt, it's going to take a friend like Vivica A. Fox, who has a production company, to get Jussie back on his feet in the entertainment industry, because I'm just going to be honest, I don't know who is going to give him that first shot. You know, I just don't.
Or how it will be received.
Yes.
Because you could even hear the audience when she first said it. It's kind of like, are we clapping?
Exactly. No, and
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
It's going to take a friend to give him another chance. So, and then it'll be interesting to see if the audience accepts that second chance. Next in the dish, we do not condone fighting of any kind on the Jason Show, unless it's like Jerry Springer-esque stuff. That could be entertaining. With that said, there was an epic throwdown on Bachelor in Paradise last night, and it involved, I heard about this on the plane. Someone sent me a tweet and said, I can't wait for Ted to talk about this. Anyway, now the fight involved Jordan and Christian and a piñata. Look at this.
Clay is a good friend of mine.
I know he's. Don't touch me.
Clay is a good friend of mine.
What's happening? What's happening?
Oh my God.
What is happening? Oh my God.
What are you doing, Jordan?
Wait. Guys, no. Guys, stop. They're like actually fighting. Oh my God, they're fighting.
Oh my gosh! What is that? What's up?
Wait, why?
What? I love when dudes do that. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know?
You look pretty convincing.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you. I've never done that in my life, can I say? I've never been in a brawl like that, you know? Just one
That's
time.
That's surprising, really. Never
That's
a brawl?
how the lip happened. That's how the lip happened. Ooh, yeah, but I love that, though. I love when, like, big, brawny men, they go like, ugh, you know, like that.
Like, Jordan's a male model. Like, I'm surprised he would put his face at risk.
Save the face, girl. Save the
face.
Well, and again, I want to remind humans, all of you out there watching, they were fighting over pinata. They had a pinata fight, okay?
They did, yeah.
Shannon, they had a pinata fight. Okay, yeah. Miss Shannon's filling in over there for Aaron. Those two were both sent home packing, and the woman they were fighting over chose Clay. And
Who wasn't even there involved in that.
Yeah, I have no idea. Clay, like, is that his role? That's his name?
He's a football player, so he could have taken both those dudes out.
Does he play for the NFL?
He did.
He did.
Yes,
okay.
Retired NFL player.
Okay. Well, then,
okay.
Why would you fight with the former NFL player?
He wasn't involved. That's why she picked him.
Oh, got it.
You two exit.
Yeah, go for the accountant or something. You know what I mean? No. No offense to accountants out there. Yeah. I'm going to go get some cortisone, and we'll be back after these words. Stay with us, everybody. Still to come on The Jason Show, I take you inside a galaxy far, far away with a sneak peek of the new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyworld in Orlando. Plus, preaching their passion for Minnesota, meet the couple behind the blog Men Evangelists, who picked to live in Minnesota after a year-plus nationwide search. They're sharing their state fair faves just ahead. And pedal power. With the fall biking season approaching, Kendall learns the essential gear you need and the best places to go riding. Pour another cup of coffee. The Jason Show is coming right back.
Hey, Richard.
David. The Spade Meister. Dave Rama. Making copies, Dave.
Dude, nobody's making copies anymore.
Dave. Kid in the Rich Meister.
Oh, hey, Charity.
Charity. Cherstress. Chernobyl. Cherry baby. Cherry, all right.
You know this guy?
No, I didn't do 5 movies with him. You can do this later, don't worry about it.
So, all right, Dave. Making copies,
Dude.
Davester.
Nobody makes copies anymore. We do PDFs, we do Google Drive, we do WeTransfer, we have a password for doing AirDrop. We do everything but make copies around here.
David, give him the bad news.
You want to make some copies with me?
Dave,
Yeah.
all right.
Press that big green button, buddy. Here we go.
Lifting it up. All right.
Don't block.
Oh, yeah. Rob Schneider creating this iconic SNL character on David Spade's new late night show last night called Lights Out. Spade is so good. He has become one of my favorite talk show guests when he's on Ellen. He's on Ellen like every other day. Or Stern. He's so, because he tells the best stories. I love you, Spade. Next in the dish. The trailer for the new Netflix series, The Politician, dropped over the weekend. Here's the deal. It features a cast led by Ben Platt, you know, from Dear Evan Hansen, Gwyneth Paltrow, and our favorite, Jessica Lange. Look at this.
See, gentlemen, I'm going to be president of the United States. I'm merely stating a fact. I will be president someday. I'm warning you. Do not screw with my dream.
Your ambition frightens me.
I want that trophy.
This school deserves better than you.
If you want to beat him, you need to embrace your inner coldness unapologetically.
I want that trophy.
Gotta help Peyton.
We hate Peyton way more than you do.
Think I should kill him?
What?
Yes, I do.
I don't know yet if I'm a good person. You don't have to be a good person, as long as you do good things. Tell me all the stuff that would make a difference to you. What do you care about? Can't believe it.
That I'm a stone cold with ice water in my veins?
I want that trophy.
The comedy will revolve around Ben Platt's character and his political aspirations. If you watch closely, you can tell by the rhythm of it. This is a Ryan Murphy show. He's one of the creators. He has a lot of successful shows on his resume, including Glee and American Horror Story. The Politician hits Netflix next month. Looks good.
Looks good. Your history with Ryan Murphy shows, so are you worried?
Mixed. It's mixed, yeah, because Ryan Murphy shows start off like this. They're really, really good. And then about season 4, they lose their blank mind. Yeah, they have no idea where to go.
So when you cuss on this show, can we bleep your face with your face like
wish.
we do on
that?
Yeah. I would love that. Let's do that.
I wish we had one of those permanently right here for the entire show today.
There you go. Problem solved.
I look like one of those speak no evil monkeys. Yeah. I'll just do this for the rest of it. That's right. Next in the dish. We'll learn tomorrow who will be on the new season of Dancing with the Stars. Boy, oh boy, have they been teasing this. Goodness gracious. Every time I turn on social media, they show like a calf of somebody. It's like, whose calf is this? You'll see. Anyway, the show is teasing who could be vying for the Mirror Ball trophy. The caption on this one says, this guy has legendary ball skills.
A sports ball person.
That's right. ABC says they would love to tell you who this is. Obviously, it's Hannah B. from The Bachelorette. And this one, the caption reads, we can't wait to sing these names from the rooftops. Okay, so I'm looking at the hair, I'm looking at the stature, I'm looking at the hands. That is probably like a pop diva from, not like maybe in her 50s or 60s. Like a classic pop diva. I just
hope it's not Abby Lee Miller, because that's who everyone initially thought that was, but the singing clue does not fit.
No, Abby can't sing.
Right, so that's good.
So I don't know. I think that's like well, Gladys Knight was on The Masked Singer.
Right.
Who? Oh, it could be Patty. But Patty's hair ain't that long right now. No,
nope,
it ain't
Shannon
Patty.
Says no.
No. Patty would be great though on that show. Bring
Yeah.
some of her pies too. Her sweet potato pies, yeah. I love.
She'd win the judges over every time. And here's your pie.
It is. People do ask, if I have favorite stars. I always forget Miss Patty. Patty is probably one of my favorites that I've interviewed via satellite. She is so fun, and I adore her. I would love to see her on one of these shows. I think she'd be a good mentor on one of these singing shows. I think,
absolutely.
Yeah, because I think she'd cut through the crap and would just be kind, but bloop. Anyway, still ahead. A pair of East Coast transplants have made Minnesota home and are blogging about their favorite things here. But next, Kendall straps on a helmet, safety first, and hits the bike path ahead of the fall biking season. How does she do? Well, let's just say she doesn't fall in the store. That's what we can say. We'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Tuesday. Don't forget. Thank you. Don't forget, we're going to be live at the Minnesota State Fair starting on Thursday. We'll be there every day but Labor Day. Remember, you don't need a ticket to the Jason Show. You just need a ticket to the State Fair. Well, summer may be winding down. The fair is evidence of that. But the biking season continues for a few more months in Minnesota, so it is not too late to go out there and enjoy all the bike trails throughout our great state. But first, you need a bike. Before she went on a little vacation, Kendall hit up a local bike shop to get the lowdown on cool bike gear and maybe even a bike stunt. A small one. Look at this.
Seriously, there are so many bikes in this place. I need a bike. I've always just gone by like, oh, that one's pretty, but there's a lot more to it. So you're gonna show me like how to pick out what kind of bike, how to pick out if it fits, and all the really necessary important things with owning a bike, yes?
Yes, absolutely. Do it.
We're talking about a good like beginner bike for somebody, right?
Like a hybrid or comfort or commuter bike is great for just getting around town, riding to work, just going on a recreational ride around the trails, around the lakes in the city. If you're looking for something a little zippier, road bikes with these drop handlebars, a little smoother tire, and different gear ratio that will allow you to both climb hills and kind of really power down hills and on straightaways really quick.
I've always wondered what the skinny tires.
Yeah, less traction on like dirt trails, but you can go super fast. There's not as much rolling resistance with the smooth tire when you're on paved roads. Okay. These bikes are also super lightweight, usually like aluminum or carbon for most road bikes. So it's going to be way lighter weight than like a heavy duty cargo bike.
That thing is huge. It has like a full-on seat in the back.
Absolutely. It's like a minivan, but a bike. So it's got seats on there and footboards, so your kids can ride on the back.
Of course, the bike that I love is the grocery getter. It's so hardcore. So, you know, I'm gonna go get my things in it. Toodaloo. Oh. I'll just ride on my feet. Okay, so I made it.
You made it, but you probably could have made it a little easier if the saddle was at the right height for you. Right now, it's pretty low.
Okay.
A good way that I like to start for saddle height is if you put your hand on your hip, at the top of your hip bone, and then raise the saddle to about that position. It's much easier to pedal that way and better for your knees.
So speaking of seat, I'm gonna be honest, bikes are a little uncomfortable on the bootay.
Definitely.
So we got something for that.
Definitely. I mean, every body is different. Every butt is different. You're gonna need
different booties, different bike seats.
That's not it. There's 3 main contact points on a bike: your hands, your feet, and your butt. All of those parts are gonna share like your body's weight when you're riding the bike.
So essentially, if I'm just like going out for like an hour, just ride around the lake, cushion's fine. If I'm going for like a big bike ride, like say up the North Shore, I want something firmer, even if immediately it doesn't feel better. It's just gonna be better for me.
Yep.
Things you learn about seats in your butt. Now I just need a horn. Beep, beep.
Got a bell.
I got a bell. Watch out, world. Such a nerd. Now the last thing I want to do is I want to learn how to pop a wheelie.
Oh, I can't help you with that.
For real?
No, I'm not good at it. I tried when I was little, that's why I have scars on my knees.
Oh, well, can I do it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Eric, the things I do for this show. All right, people. If I hurt myself, call Jason. 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Wow. You did great, Kendall. And before Helmet Rangers email us, do not worry. She did not go, thank you, audience. She did not go outside without a helmet. Kids that are watching, always wear a helmet. Don't follow Aunt Kendall's lead. There we go. For more information, check out the Hub Bicycle Shop online at thehubbikecoop.com. Still ahead, I went to Disneyworld over the weekend and got a sneak preview of the new Star Wars land there. I will literally take you there. But next, they're transplants from the East Coast, but have become Minnesota's biggest cheerleaders. We're talking to the evangelists. I love that when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. Well, our next guests are not, I repeat, are not from Minnesota, but they have become our state's biggest cheerleaders through their blog, Evangelist, which I love that name. And they will be lining up at the gate Thursday to take in one of their favorite activities, and yours, the Minnesota State Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Ashley Halpern and Andrew Parks from the blog, Evangelist. Okay, so, you both are journalists. You were at Bon Appetit, right?
It was the last time.
The last
time. I was
time.
working full time.
A second, I love your earrings, by the way. So this all started, correct me if I'm wrong, you went on a 2-year trip through Asia and Australia, right? Is that how everything kind of started?
That was about the timeline. We left New York in 2014, fall of 2014, and we traveled full time for almost 4 years. And in there, we spent about 2 years in Asia, and then we also did a 16-month road trip across the U.S.
Oh,
kind of auditioning the whole country.
Is that really what it was?
Speed dating America.
Speed dating America. I love that. And that was the whole goal when you set out. That was the goal, to speed date America.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always thought that maybe after 10 years in New York, we would move to LA, as there's a lot of tunnel vision between New York, LA, New York, LA. And then we were like, there's so many cool places in the US, but where are we going to live? Where do we want to move?
So 16 months, 40 states, and 229 cities. And right? 229 cities. Other than, well, obviously you ended up here, but I want to know, were there other top 3, who was in the top 2?
Let's see. We argue about
we
this
argue
still to
about
this
it.
day.
I would say San Antonio, Texas,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Denver, Colorado.
What did you like about Denver?
Just beautiful like it is
Yeah.
here, but a different kind of beauty because you have the mountains there. And, yeah.
The mountains, the people, the art, the culture, the restaurants, the diversity, a lot of the things that also brought us here.
But that was a bone of contention. That was an argument point, the other finalists?
No, I mean, like, we definitely both agreed on settling here for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
but it's more like the top 5.
The Twin Cities kind of kicked everything else down the list,
Yeah.
like 10 spots.
Okay, so I have to ask. I say I moved here 22 years ago. I have enormous civic pride. I love it here. I don't plan on ever leaving. What was it about, for both of you individually, what was it about the Twin Cities that did just kick everyone else to the curb? Ashley, I'll start with you.
Okay. Oh my gosh, to narrow it down to one thing.
Or no, take your time. We have another half hour.
2 hours. The people, definitely. People are proud of where they live here. And that was huge to us, because if you're not going to be a part of making your city great, then you should go somewhere else and make that great. But people here, they're really proud of where they live, and we love that, and we responded to that.
Did you pick up on that right away?
I think so, yeah. From you see entrepreneurs everywhere. You see people starting something from nothing because they still can. You can still get a toehold in the society, and people rally around you. Very supportive businesses of one another. But again, like, since we travel so much, covering restaurants, bars, shopping, culture, arts and culture, huge for us. And the Twin Cities just had that in spades.
Andrew, anything she left off that
I mean, it just
eye?
kind of changes every day for me, you know. I think if I had to narrow it down to one thing, it's just kind of the general vibe here. Like, it just kind of felt right, you know. There's not quite one thing you can narrow it down to, but
it's positive, it's optimistic, it's hopeful.
Yeah.
And you can't say that about everywhere.
Yeah.
Right
No.
now.
And you, early 18 is when you did it. But how long did you know, okay, you guys had a talk of like, you know what? This might be it. Did you know within a couple days or?
I like to tell this story. What's the bookstore with the chickens? Rumpus? Wild Rumpus.
The Wild Rumpus.
We were in there, and we had just stopped by because we're always checking out bookstores, small independent bookstores, and there were chickens, and I was like, this is the greatest place on earth.
Yeah.
Like, we're done,
Right.
we're moving here.
yeah.
Thank you, Wild Rumpus. So, okay, so you picked this, and then this turned into the blog. Again, I'll say it again. Y'all get, I'm big with names. The Mini Evangelist. Obviously, I know it's a blog, but what was the birth of this like?
It was just, we were just constantly talking, like evangelizing for Minnesota, especially to people back on the East Coast who are like, oh, but there's so much snow. Like, New York knows how to handle snow. No. Like,
Yeah.
so.
That's what always cracks me up. It's like, calm down.
Yeah.
I like to tell people to calm down, Taylor Swift. Y'all get snow too. Yeah.
You just have to kind of like be an adult and layer properly. It's like no bad weather, just bad clothing.
And people just embrace it here, which is awesome. Like, you'll see people just skiing down our street,
cross-country
in the
skiing
middle
in the
of
middle of a
Ontario. Like, this is
snowstorm,
how I'm
and
going to
I'm
go to
like,
work
I love
today.
it.
I'm going to cross-country ski.
Eric Dayton, former Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton's son, has a whole campaign. I mean, he wants everyone, and I love that. I think we should, instead of complaining about it, which we all do complain about it, I'm no different, but we should get out there and enjoy it. And have you found, are you embracing it?
We took our first cross-country skiing lessons last winter. We went dog sledding for the first time. We went ice fishing. We didn't catch anything.
I've lived here 22 years. I haven't done any of that. You mentioned some of it, and the science of this fascinates me. What is one of the biggest misconceptions that you heard here from your friends and family in New York? Is it that they think we're kind of uncultured and there's no art and there's no food and we just eat pierogies?
They actually do that in my hometown from Buffalo, and we love pierogies.
I love pierogies, yeah.
If they've never been here, which most of them haven't, then they might assume those things. But then the ones who've been here are like, oh my gosh, when can I move there?
Yeah. I would say they just don't know what to expect, and that was us going into this, you know? Like, all they know is that, oh, it's cold. They're not sure what else to think about it.
People always think that. You're from Minnesota, but it's cold there. Yeah, very original.
Yeah.
Okay, now they're sticking around. They're giving us their favorite things about the Minnesota State Fair when we come back. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. With the founders of the blog, Mini Evangelists, Ashley and Andrew. Okay, so you guys, like me, I love this Minnesota State Fair. Your first fair was last year. First impressions, both of you. I'll start with you this time, Andrew.
Oh, man, it's kind of like asking, what do you love about Minnesota?
I know. But were you blown away by it? I mean, you walk
Yeah,
in the gates and you don't know what to expect.
It was everything I expected and much more, I would say. Yeah. And we went 2 days last year. We needed more time. I wish we.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You're first?
Oh my gosh, how am I going to eat everything?
Yeah, that's more the issue.
I need like 4 stomachs like the cows in the building.
Did you come up with a food strategy or did you wing it?
We had definitely marked maybe 20 things we wanted to try beforehand. We did try to split. We did try to split a lot, but we definitely didn't get through the whole list, which necessitated a second day of nonstop eating.
Now, we have your 5 things you're most looking forward to this year, and I got to tell you, I love, you know what I'm laughing at. Yeah. We love your number 1 audience. It is?
Weird Al.
Weird Al in concert, yeah.
We are the world's nerdiest people. Not ashamed to admit that. This will be the 3rd time we've seen Weird Al. He's playing Tuesday.
I love it.
And this is super special because if anyone saw him last year, he did a very stripped down, deep cuts only kind of show. The costumes are back and the greatest hits are back. And this time he is also playing with a full symphony orchestra and backup singers.
Not sure how that's going to work, but yeah.
Really?
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Weird Al has an orchestra?
He does
Apparently,
now.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, you love the agricultural and the horticultural building.
Yep, the Ag Hort building.
Yeah.
I feel like the miracle of life, like the
miracle birth.
Like that's great if you happen to time your visit to a pig birth. But you can go to the Ag Hort building and hug Christmas trees all day long. Right. You've got corn art that inspired by Prince and Fancy Ray.
Yeah. Seed art.
Seed art. You have, the Minnesota Craft Brewers Guild does an awesome flight there. Yeah, I think it's 4 pours for $10.
Giant pumpkins.
Giant pumpkins. Giant everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like green beans.
Yep.
Eggplants that really shouldn't be that big.
Right.
Yeah, that they are. Yeah. Number 3 is a personal favorite of mine, Princess K butter carving. What would you, I will return to my first question. What did you think last year when you saw human beings carving other human beings out of butter in a giant cooler?
I mean, I was thinking, why am I not in there? I would love to do that.
Yeah. I was just like, I've died and gone to heaven. I'm holding a soft serve from Dairy Goodness, watching a beauty queen carved in a 90-pound block of butter. I'm just done with life.
Yeah. And can we pause, and the audience knows where I'm going with this. Can we talk about how good that ice cream is at the Dairy Goodness building? Those kids, I don't know, I tell them, I don't know what you put in that ice cream, but it's magical. Yes, it's fantastic. The Dog Breeds Pavilion, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you're talking about auditioning America, I'd like to audition a real dog because we have 2 Chihuahuas that I cannot actually walk around.
He wants like a walkable dog, like a real dog.
Yeah, one that doesn't just sleep on the couch.
I get that, yeah. So that's a good stop.
Yeah.
And then finally, food. Sweet Martha's you listed, cheese curds, tipsy pies, and some new things. Okay, because the cheese curd is very Minnesota, very Wisconsin. What did you think of those last year? Was that your first curd?
It was not. I eat curds every chance I can get. It's kind of a problem. This last year we tried Miller's. This year we're going to try Mousetrap and have a little face-off.
A little face-off, yeah.
Do you have an opinion?
Mousetrap.
Oh, okay.
I know.
All right.
There was the other one, but then they left. There was another, the family was there for years, and then they left. I really liked those the best, but now I'm going to do Mousetrap, yeah.
Okay.
Sweet Martha's, what did you think of those?
I mean, how can you not love it? They like scoop 1,000 cookies at a time, pile it up this high, then you have no choice but to eat like the top 70 cookies so you can put the lid on.
Because you got to transport it.
Yeah, you got to get it home.
70-some cookies. Well, I was telling them in the break, my suggestions for them, the Gizmo sandwich you should absolutely do. So good. The turkey to go sandwich is really good.
Had that.
Did you have
Delicious.
that?
That was great.
The most, I hate that word, but the moistest turkey on the planet is found in that building. So, well, you guys, if you see us, if we're on the, will you guys swing by when you visit this year?
Sure.
I want to see your impressions of this season.
Okay, we can do that.
Give it up, everybody, for Ashley and Andrew. Check out their blog. You're going to love it. It's such a great idea. evangelists.com. And if you missed any of this, don't worry. We're going to be putting all of this on our Facebook page. And don't forget, full episodes of The Jason Show are on our YouTube page. Just search Jason Show TV and hit that subscribe button. Still ahead, a little closer to our galaxy. I'm taking you to the new Galaxy's Edge at Walt Disney World. I literally am going to take you on the Millennium Falcon. Right there, you see it. How was it? I'll give you my opinion when we come back. Back after this. Thank you guys so much. Welcome back, everybody. Well, last month, I got the chance to experience the new Star Wars land at Disneyland in California. And over the weekend, I visited my second home, Walt Disney World in Florida, and got a sneak preview of the new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So here we are, everybody. I'm walking into Galaxy's Edge at Walt Disney World for the very first time for the pass holders preview. So our first stop at Galaxy's Edge is, of course, the Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run. Oh crap, there's stormtroopers right over there. I better get on the ride fast. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, to light speed.
One of the real cool things about Galaxy's Edge is there are no signs really anywhere. They want it to be immersive. They don't want like big logos everywhere. So if you see back there, that's a restaurant, but there are no signs. You just walk in. Kind of have to guess. Okay, next stop. I'm a little thirsty. Gonna get some blue milk or green milk, or blue milk. I don't know. Okay, so there's Colin. We got the blue milk with rum because we're adults. Ready? Cheers.
It's better with rum.
It's better with rum. But what isn't better with rum? Cheers. I mean, bright suns. Bright suns, right? Bright suns. That's what you're supposed to say here. Cheers.
You, traveler. What are you doing with that data pad?
Oh, nothing.
What are you doing with that data pad?
Just recording.
Well, we've gone from curious to suspicious. We've got eyes on you and your device.
Holy crap. I'm trying to shoot TV, and there's Kylo Ren right behind me. Look.
Apologies, sir.
Look at that. I better go. Here's another example of a place with no signs, no indication that it's really anything, but it's the droid factory. See that door? I went like that, but it's right over there. All of the people behind me are making droids, their own personal droids from different colors, different combinations, kind of like the one that I made and showed on the show a couple weeks ago. Now, before I go, I got to do some more shopping, and that's what the marketplace is for. Tons of stuff that you won't find anywhere else at Disney World or on this planet. Now, a little fun fact right behind me is the waiting area for the soon-to-be-open second ride here at Galaxy's Edge called Rise of the Resistance, which insiders say is going to be transformative as far as rides are concerned, but we got to wait till December. So I came, I saw, I drank blue milk, and that's it for my preview of Galaxy's Edge here at Disney World. That sign right there is telling me what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go shop. And shop I did. So, people always ask several questions. First, were there long lines? Well, it's hard to say because this was a preview for people that are annual pass holders. Even with just the pass holders, the line was for the Millennium Falcon was about an hour. The second question I get a lot is, what's that blue milk like? What is it? Well, it is a frozen beverage. It's not dairy-based. It's actually coconut milk. So if you are allergic to any dairy, you'll be fine. It kind of tastes a little bit like Skittles, but not that sweet. Disney World has the rum version. Disneyland, you can't get alcohol. But here's a word of warning. We watched more than a few people throw away a full glass of the green milk. So if you're going to choose, and it's like $10, if you're going to choose, go blue, everybody. Go blue. Avoid the green. The green has tequila in it. And I literally saw a man go like this. And take one sip and throw it away, and that crap is expensive, so you know it wasn't good. As far as you've been hearing a lot of press, you've been hearing a lot of stories that the land at Disneyland has been a flop and people are being laid off. Here's the deal. Everybody needs to just take a moment because in Disney's history, all of their parks, most of their parks have been kind of a disappointment at first. Disneyland, when it opened in the 50s, the cement wasn't dry and people were sinking into the sidewalk. Hollywood Studios only had a few rides, but they do have one legitimate beef, and that is there is only one ride to be had at both Galaxy's Edge and Land and World. The second, as I said there, will open at Disneyland in Disney World in December and Disneyland early next year. So if you're waiting to take a Walt Disney World vacation, my suggestion would be to wait, especially if you have little Jedis in your life. Wait until both rides are open, and I think it will be so worth it. It's immersive. Nobody can act like they work for Disney. You heard me say bright suns. That's how people greet you. Instead of hello or aloha, they say bright suns. everybody is into the act. And you saw the Millennium Falcon, my last note. If you do bad on that ride, the cast members know it and they treat you differently. I'm not kidding. If you crash the Falcon and you pay with a certain card, they will shame you for crashing the Millennium Falcon. But it's great. And again, it opens in Orlando at the end of this month. We'll put up that video on our website a little bit later. Just search for Jason Show TV. Hey guys, we're going to take a small break and we will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Shane's back. We were just laughing about the Minnesota State Fair. You know, people that do not, I tell this story to the studio audience afterwards sometimes if people ask. People don't realize, but not only was Shane on air on The Jason Show, but Shane was the very first producer of The Jason Show. And other than just our fun memories, whenever I think of Shane in conjunction with the State Fair, my favorite, audience, you'll love this, my favorite behind the story is this. My favorite behind the scenes story is this story. Our second week on the air, okay? And by the way, our 4th anniversary was over the weekend, thanks to all of you that, But it was our second week on the air. The bosses wanted us, I don't know why, we debuted here in the studio, and then the second week on the air, they're like, go have fun at the fair. And
good luck.
Good luck. And we were in our first fair show, everybody. Our first fair show ever for The Jason Show. And the executive from Fox, a guy who doesn't work here anymore, named Dennis Swanson, he was the one that discovered Oprah Winfrey, everybody. He was our boss and was sitting in the front row at the fair to watch our first show. Shane is in my ear. You know, I have a little earpiece here. She's the producer. And in the opening titles of our show, in the middle of that audience, I hear Shane say the following in my ear. Jason, we have no tapes to go to, and the teleprompter just broke. Go. Literally. So we come out of the open, and that was my favorite part. Go. And it was like, we come out of the open, and I'm like, hey, everybody, welcome to the show. And I proceeded to talk with Shannon. I think Shannon was there. We proceeded to just gab for 8 minutes, which is an eternity in television.
Sure is.
It was awful, and I'm sure in the booth,
job. I was sweating.
You were, yeah.
But your face was the one that everyone had to see.
I know, I was just like, hi, everybody. Anyway, we'll be at the State Fair every day. Again, you don't need tickets for the Minnesota State Fair. I mean, you don't need tickets for the Jason Show, but you do, let me repeat that, you do need tickets for the Minnesota State Fair. We'll be live every weekday at 10 a.m. except for Labor Day. And what are you doing out there?
I'll be doing like the morning gig, so live shots every morning at different locations. And then Monday the 26th, I'll be with my junior correspondent, Karis.
So yeah, Shane's daughter will be,
so she'll be doing live shots with me all morning.
Oh, that'll be fun.
That'll be something.
2 Shanes for the price of 1.
We'll give her a lot of mini donuts. We'll get her all fired up.
Yeah, for people that may have left our show for a couple months and are back, if you're wondering, people still email, where did Shane go? Shane is the features reporter for the Fox 9 Morning News. So she is live at different locations every morning. So you having fun?
I am. You can follow my adventures on Instagram too, because I put we're out doing really interesting things every morning.
What's your handle? Shane Wells.
Shane Wells.
Shane Wells. Well, the trailer for the new Dave Chappelle Netflix special dropped over the weekend, and it has more than 2 million views already. You'll see why. Look at this.
This is Dave. He tells jokes for a living. Hopefully, he makes people laugh. But these days, it's a high-stakes game. How did we get here, I wonder? I don't mean that metaphorically. I'm really asking, how did Dave get here? I mean, what the is this? But what do I know? I'm just Morgan Freeman. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you say anything, you risk everything. But if that's the way it's gotta be, okay, fine. He's back, folks.
Oh, yes. Dave's Sticks and Stones special hits Netflix on next Monday. 2 huge performers heading to Netflix. Dave Chappelle doing a special, and then Eddie Murphy, 2 comedians heading to Netflix
And
to do
when's
their
the last
specials.
time Chappelle did some? I feel like he hasn't done anything in a long
Couple
time.
years,
like
yeah.
The live traveling show, but on
Yeah,
air.
I can't wait. It's so good.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, don't forget, on the show, the Minnesota Mom battling it out on Gordon Ramsay's Master Chef. She'll join us in studio to share some of her cooking secrets, and we're counting down to the start of the Minnesota State Fair. So there we go. Thanks for all the emails about my lip. I feel like Chrissy Teigen. So thank you very much. I'll try to get this taken care of by
I feel
tomorrow.
like it's like a zit, though. You feel like everyone's looking at it, but they're not.
I hope not.
It doesn't look as bad as you think.
Thank you. That's going to do it for us. If you're a kid watching that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself. No matter, I was going to say something else. Go out there, everybody. Be yourself. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. The lip is making me crazy. Yeah.